Hello, this is Dr. Garrett Castleberry, Professor of Media Production and Communication at Mid-America Christian University, and our instructor for COM 3533, Advertising, Brand Management, and Audio Production. I'm here with a dual prompt for our combined weeks 3 and 4. If you'll recall, in this course, we are attempting to limit and kind of space out some of what traditionally is our regular weekly activities. And video discussion is an important part of our major, especially for online students. We want to give you plenty of repetition and training, practicing those oral and nonverbal and verbal and digital communication skills. And so video discussion is a great way to do that, and it facilitates some asynchronous rapport between classmates. And so there's lots of valuable reasons why it continues to be a successful activity for us in the major. Well, I'm here with prompts for both week 3 and week 4. Once again, our modified rules. You only have to submit within the week 4 video discussion area of D12. I'll cross apply to those previous weeks just for simplification. So these prompts are standing in for first week 3, and then week 4, you only need to post within the week 4 section. However, I would advise this time you may consider 2 separate posts, 2 separate videos, just for strength of organization, because these prompts are going to be directly related but distinct in what they're asking and tasking of you. All right, so for part 1, that would be our week 3 fulfillment of video discussion. Locate and share a Super Bowl ad that left a memorable impression. If it's helpful, use some of the language of the iCare model we've been studying, writing about, reporting on, having conversations of in class. If it's helpful, use some of that language to explore why you consider this a successful TV ad. Now, you say to yourself, Dr. G, look, I know that football is a popular sport, quote unquote, but I just don't spend time following it. I'm into this other thing. I have these other hobbies. I don't have time for that. I'm working. That's okay. One of the significant factors in American culture is that there are increasingly few intersectional points where big ideas, big message strategies come across the widest possible number of audience viewers. We could look at a handful of case studies, and one might be something like a less frequent coverage of, say, a presidential debate, or some kind of, like, once upon a time, the State of the Address speech was a popularized thing. In the entertainment world, the Academy Awards were once a vaulted public display where millions and millions and millions of people would tune in to see what's happening in the film community. Just this past weekend, I'm seeing headlines, I haven't watched it in years, for the Grammy Awards, right? A less visible, but certainly no less complex bouquet of message strategies, right? Not just music form, but fashion style and sort of this status symbol brand management going on in those instances. Well, the Super Bowl remains the number 1 televisual event in the U.S. and by that token, it's one of the largest products that's out there, and increasingly a global product, by the way. So as the most monumental event, it represents not just the game or sport or entertainment product, if we want to go down that road, but also a forum, one of the last forums where people do tune in and take notice of the advertisement. So that's a long lead in to say ads matter still with the Super Bowl. And in fact, people come together. It's one of the great events of the year where people have social gatherings and whatnot. And folks that don't even watch it tend to show up. And if nothing else, they'll watch the commercials, not the sport. And so we're recognizing, we had this conversation in class, but for our listeners, we're recognizing the potency of the Super Bowl as a mega media event. And it's a strategic one. It's one that one can plan for in advance, especially if you're an advertiser. So we'd like you, whether you're very familiar or lack familiarity with the Super Bowl, want to do some diligent research, locate an advertisement that strikes your attention. Hopefully it's one you've encountered. So thus you say to yourself, okay, I remember this for these reasons. And then we want you to explore why you would consider it a successful TV ad. So go into the archives, hundreds and hundreds of sample ads available for free all over the webs, YouTube, there are archive sites and so on, where you can access previous Super Bowl ads. And we want you to select one, hopefully paste it and embed it below. So we could also maybe sample it and then explore in your post why you consider this a successful TV ad. That's prompt number 3. We're counting toward the week 3 grade. All right, prompt number 4. And I know this, we had a long setup for these, but prompt number 4. This Sunday, February 9th, marks this year's Super Bowl. And so this is not an advertisement for it. It's okay if a person does or doesn't tune in. Life's too short. People should be invested in the things that they're interested in. However, we want to incentivize your ability to grow in your awareness of marketing, advertising strategies. And the Super Bowl has no shortage of unique and memorable ads. They're the most expensive ads of the year for a reason. The largest audience is tuning in. The most is potentially at stake for a company, for an investment group, for an organization. And so while this Sunday will represent the latest incarnation of the Super Bowl, the midway point of our week 4, see if you can locate and share info about a new ad airing this year. So a new ad to 2025. Now, on one hand, you might have to wait if you need to until the actual Super Bowl. Take some notes, watch some ads, have some chips and dip, whatever, and enjoy yourself in that way. But increasingly, we're seeing ads leaked, teased out in advance by media groups, and I'm interested in what's going on there. There's something suspicious with the advanced leaking of ads, and I'm curious about your thoughts on the subject. So if the Super Bowl is an important place to reveal ads, here's the question. Here's prompt number 4 for week 4. Why do advertisers spoil their promo in advance? Why do advertisers spoil their promo in advance? This is open to some subjective deduction, some logical reasoning, we hope. But why? What is going on with that? What changes have happened in media that companies and brands would be intentionally leaking in advance the thing that's supposed to be a draw to tune into the show itself? That seems counterintuitive from a business standpoint. Or does it? I want us to explore that as the week 4 prompt. So probably looking at 2 different prompts for 2 different responses for your own organizational purposes. But do what you got to do there. Prompt 3, a previous Super Bowl ad. You're going to examine why you should consider it a successful TV ad. Prompt number 4, week 4, why do advertisers leak or spoil their promo in advance? And if you can, use an example of one coming in 2025. See if you can find some information on that. Should be a rich conversation starter here, and hopefully everyone will have success locating one. There is an enormous, just this morning, I saw an enormous tease. This is how bananas is getting. First, they shared information in advance that a certain franchise movie was going to get its. This is a prominent thing in the history of Super Bowl ads, by the way. A prominent big budget movie release is going to get its trailer reveal during the Super Bowl. This used to happen, and it was a thing people could look forward to. And then they've scaled it back, and they sometimes now say, they'll give you a teaser of it, and they say, now go to the website to see the full ad. Well, there's reasons for that too. But then now there's supposed to be a big trailer reveal at the Super Bowl. And now then they went ahead and announced that they were going to release it on Tuesday morning before the Super Bowl anyway. And then now here we are the day before that release, and they've released a 10-second clip or 20-second clip to lead up to the trailer reveal. What is happening? We're in such a loop here. I'm curious about your responses to that, and hopefully this will be a great way to kind of bring synergy between some of the themes we've discussed live in person and online on our evening accelerated class, and then cross-examine them with what you all are doing asynchronously throughout this course. So both prompts in the week 4 video discussion area, and then we'll cross-apply credit to weeks 3 and 4. Thank you.